morning, my lovelies. I'm going to do this in an ASMR type of style, and I'm testing out a new camera. So this is being shot from my new OnePlus 10 Pro, and I'm going to see whether or not the lighting coloration is better than my S21 Ultra. So I'm going to do this side by side with another short video, and that is going to be with the Ultra. There is going to be background noises. I apologize. It's very early in the morning and I'm getting ready for work, but I also have the cats that are out in the living room and I have the door open, so if we get visitors, we get visitors. So, concerns that I have with the new camera is coloration. I've always noticed that on the Samsung I look very yellow, and despite doing as much research as possible with the coloration of the camera app, I still look jaundiced all the time. So this, I can see in the display behind that I look fairly fair. I guess that's kind of my normal coloration. So direct comparison will be just after this. The other thing that I have a concern about is the stabilization motor. So I'm going to try rotating it. Now, a lot of people have said that the rotation of the camera is something that they really like. So in videos where I'm going to have that kind of rotation, I just kind of want to see how this, I can see it in the display. It's actually adjusting, so that's kind of neat. And then we go side to side. So you're going to see that this brick wall behind me is actually just a backdrop. I don't have a gorgeous brick wall behind me. So if I... Just gonna go. So I plan on doing more videos that have this kind of movement when I've incorporated it into a couple of other videos. People have mentioned that they like it. If you like it, please let me know. Now, one of the other things that I had read on forums before buying this phone was that sometimes the camera, when it's running at 60 frames per second at 4K, it will overheat. So after 10 minutes. Okay, so we are at 5 minutes and... No, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, I was about to say we haven't been recording that long. So I'm going to try to let this go for a little while and then see how hot it gets. Like, I don't feel any heat buildup, and I know when I am using the Samsung, it definitely gets really warm. But I've been able to record in like 45-minute increments on the Samsung. So if there is of any interest as to why I'm switching phones, my Note decided that the little IC circuit board that controls LTE data was going to die. Did a me poo. It just crapped itself. So I needed a new phone. And for the last year, I've been recording almost all of my videos on a S21 Ultra that I had gifted to me. I'm so spoiled. I work next to a mobile carrier, and we were really good friends with the manager, but they had a bunch of on-display models that weren't really accounted for in inventory, and they were slightly damaged. So they offered it to me. It doesn't have any cellular service. It was just a floor model, so it doesn't have an IMEI number, and then I just used it purely for the camera, which is fantastic. So I'm just kind of debating whether or not I'm going to stay with that camera or if we are going to go OnePlus. After my frustration with Samsung, with my Note dying, I'm kind of angry at them. So I've always had good luck with OnePlus. I had a OnePlus 6D for the longest time, and the 10 Pro, it supposedly has fantastic cameras. It performs really well. It's got a 90 hertz display. Really, really, really pretty, and it's green. At least mine is. They also have it in black. So, okay, this should give me a pretty good idea about the stabilization motor. And I can see the clock ticking behind it. So one weird thing I don't like about this phone is that the display actually goes dim after 5 minutes when you're recording. But you can still see the timer, but I can't actually see what it's focusing on. I'm not sure if I like that. Let me see if I tap on it. Does it come back? Oh, it does. Oh, that's all it does. That's all I need to do is just a tap on it. This is not a tech review. I don't know why I'm spitting out some of these numbers, but this is definitely not a tech review. This is just to test 3 primary aspects of this phone: stabilization motor, coloration, and whether or not we overheat. So, tilt your head back and then tilt your head forward. Okay, I think that's going to conclude the test for the OnePlus. I'm going to go grab the Samsung. This is the S21 Ultra, 60 frames per second, 4K on Pro Video, and I can definitely tell from the display behind that the coloration is much more yellow. I don't know if there's any way to adjust that, but using the same ISO at 640, the lighting is supposed to be very similar, but it does look more yellow. I'm not actually yellow. I'm not jaundiced, I promise. So, okay, and direct comparison with the stability motor, I'm going to tilt your head from side to side here. And do that a little more aggressively. One thing I can say is that the S21 is definitely heavier. Physically, it is heavier. Not that I'm judging. I'm not. It's just my tripod is harder. My tripod has a difficult time. Okay, so keep your head tilted there, and then we'll go from that side. Oh, you get to see how messy my room is. To the other side. My broom tucked in behind the door. And tilt your head back up this way. And then back. And then back down. Yes, that's just a backdrop. I don't actually have a nice brick wall. Oop. Gerdonk. Alright. And yeah, this phone gets really, really hot. Hot dang, those birds. Those birds are definitely making some noise. Alright, so that concludes the test. Side-by-side comparison, and on to editing. Have a lovely day, my lovelies, and I'll see you shortly.